All right, so we're engaging in our jiu-jitsu match. I've gotten him down. I've gotten past his legs. And now I'm kind of in our third step of the top person, and I'm looking to establish dominant position. All right, so we're going to cover side control here. When my partner is down, I want to get chest to chest and start pinning my partner. So basics of side control. What I want to do is I want to control my partner's hips and I want to control my partner's shoulders. If I can do that, I can start pinning my partner, immobilizing him, keeping his legs out of the fight, and start working towards a submission. There's multiple ways to hold side control. We're going to stay very basic today, but I want a good strong base, a good wide base, and I want good pinning potential, okay? So when we're here, I'm going to have one knee up against the shoulder. I'm going to have one knee against the hip, all right? And there are other forms where I have my legs back, but we're staying basic here. From there, I want my elbow pinching his hip nice and tight. My partner will typically have frames. We'll get to what those are in a second, okay? But right now, we're just here. My elbow is pinching his hip, and I want a good, strong crossface, all right? Crossface is probably one of the most important parts about side control. It's what keeps me attached to my partner. But I want an arm under his head, my shoulder going against his neck, and I'm driving in to get good pressure. If I can start misaligning my partner's spine, it makes it very difficult to escape. Same thing, if I was squatting with a bar, if I turn my spine sideways, it's going to be very difficult to be strong in that position. So anytime I can start misaligning my partner's spine, maybe if his legs are facing this way and his head is facing that way, it's very difficult for him to be strong and explosive from this position. So I'm controlling hips and shoulders. I've got really good cross face here, okay? So I'm driving his face away from me with this, all right? There's different ways to do this. My favorite is just to take my fingers, hook them in his armpit, and just use that as a lever. There are other methods where I connect my hands together and do this, but I like having a hand free that I can start doing other things with. So I'm hooking his armpit, good strong cross face, and I'm pinching nice and tight here, all right? From this position, I can start looking to advance to other positions or start looking for submissions. My goal as a beginner is not really to submit from side control. It's not the best submitting position because if you look at our spines relative to another, they're perpendicular to each other. We're definitely asymmetric here. And so I've got really good ability to pin him here because my weight is perpendicular to his. It's very difficult for him just to roll me, but I don't have great submission opportunities because we're not in the best angles to start submitting him. Now, again, there are a ton of submissions we can do, but right now my goal should be just to control position until I can advance to a more dominant position, all right? Now, how do I stay on top, all right? I want to keep his hips pinned so he can't start getting away here, all right? We'll go into escape from bottom in just a second, but as we're here, if he can start getting his hips away from me, he can start re-engaging his legs here, and I don't want that to happen. Go ahead. He can start getting his hips away from me, he can start re-engaging his legs, and he can start getting out of this position. So I want to use that elbow to his hip, that strong cross face, this elbow or this knee to his hip, so that he can't start escaping his hips from me. So I'm here, good strong cross face, I'm keeping good pressure. All right. So he won't be able to move his hips now. Now I have to start using my body to base. If he ever presses into me, I've got a really strong base with my legs. I'm never letting go of this cross face. So real strong base with my legs, he presses into me, I'll hold position. If he goes to roll me, this is where I have to start using a post. All right, if I'm staying tight, squeezing with everything I can, and he hits a big bridge and a roll here, right, I'm going to start getting reversed to my own bottom side control. Okay, so as he starts to roll me, I'm going to just look to remove this hand. Go ahead. I'm looking just to post. Okay, but as soon as he comes back into me, I have to re-control the hip because he can start escaping his hips. So again, he goes to roll me, boom here, I just control. And this is a game that I play with my kids, right? Well, I'll be on bottom and I just go to roll them. They have to post and they have to come back and control. They have to post, they have to come back and control. All right, so throughout all of this, I'm controlling the hips, I'm controlling the shoulders, I'm controlling the crossface. Right? What I don't want to do is remove my crossface. If I'm here in side control and I start removing this crossface, now I have nothing attaching me to my partner. If I'm just here, Jordy is going to get out. Okay, he's going to start pushing in my armpit. Okay, he's going to start building height and he's going to start reversing this position. Okay, I was trying to stop. Or if he can't take me that way, he's going to start using this arm to push me this way, and he's going to start re-engaging his legs. All right, so cross face is paramount for me. I'm always looking to keep cross face when I'm in side control. All right, let's talk about bottom person. Side control is a very uncomfortable position. My partner, Jordy's a big, strong guy. He can really start crushing here and making me feel his weight. What I want to do is do everything I can to take that weight off of me. All right, so I want to frame my partner out of this position. Okay, frames are, if you don't know what a frame is, it's basically just holding something up. If you look behind us at the poles in this building, they are holding the roof up from crushing us. And so what my frames are doing with my partner is holding my partner's weight off of me, so I have the ability to breathe, I have the ability to start escaping. Okay, so I'm framing in two areas in side control. I'm framing under my partner's neck, and I'm framing in my partner's hip. We can just turn so everybody can see. Go ahead and go tight side control. Right, I'm here, framing, holding my partner away. All right, I don't want my hands in this karate chop motion. I can start kind of conforming them to his body, but it's important I frame the correct way. All right, so when my partner is in side control, I want to frame with skeletal frames and not muscular frames. All right, and the difference between those two is what I am framing with. So a skeletal frame would be framing with my skeleton. Okay, so if I'm using my humerus to start framing my partner away. A muscular frame would obviously be framing with my muscles, so my triceps, my chest, my shoulders, pushing them away. If I were to tell you to hold a plank with with muscular frames here, I'm going to tax out extremely fast. I might be able to hold it for a little bit, and you see that a lot with new people. They'll hold those muscular frames for a little bit, but I'm going to get tired, right? So we want to use skeletal frames. If I can start using my skeleton to hold me up, I'm not having to waste energy here. Okay, obviously my core would get tired in the plank, but my arms, not really. So if you see me in side control with Jordy, if I'm framing with my muscles, which would be my wrist, this would be my tricep pushing him away, he's going to compress these frames and I'm going to start getting submitted. All right, what I want to do is start framing with my skeleton. Okay, when he starts to press down into me now I can really use that skeleton to hold him up. It's very difficult for him to beat these frames. All right. Now, my goal as the bottom person, we've talked about this before, is to look to reverse position or get my guard back. So if I can get my guard back by start bringing my legs in, all right, disengaging from him and getting my legs back into the fight, that's great for me. Or if I can start reversing position, let's say he removes his crossface like we talked about, and I start reversing position. It puts me in a better position to where I can start getting out. All right. Now, there are a lot of different forms of escapes. There's a lot of things that I can do in bottom side, but right now my goal should be strong frames, looking to either get my legs back in or start reversing position. And again, we're not going into details on the moves. We're just talking about concepts so you can start understanding what to do in these positions.